I think this is New Mexico. I think. Anyways, I pulled in here last night. Windy a little bit, you know, gets windy out here. And there's the driveway comes in over by that house. Let me see. And there was a guy right there at the garage, and I just pulled up. And I said, hey man, are those barns back there yours? And he said, yeah. And I said, would you mind if I camped in them? And he said, if I camped here? He said, absolutely not. Before I could say another word, he goes, absolutely not. So I ended up putting in here next to his big machines. And the problem is we got a little wind, a little breeze out here. So, and it's wide open, as you can see. So I don't like to set up in the wide open. Weather can come in the middle of the night, that kind of thing. So I just stayed. Well, I just came and got this one. There was another big one right here. And I got all these big ass machines. There's like a bunch of them here, really. And I'm just waking up. Gonna have some coffee and hang out. And this guy. Just another desert camp. Haven't been in the deserts for a while. This little town is right out in the middle of nowhere, and it is so lonely, I guess, that yesterday I pulled through a hotel, a motel, just because I thought it was abandoned. Kind of looked at some of the back windows are boarded up and stuff. And I turned around and left, and I was in town, and the guy who owns the hotel shows up in a car, and he says, oh, I'll make you a deal. I saw you in the hotel. He chased me down, right? And he said, what do you want to pay? And I'm like, I don't need to pay anything. I had a shower yesterday at a truck stop, you know, and I said, I don't know, $20. He goes, 45. I said, nope, and he drove away. So anyways, it's been a nice evening. So this is it. Town's over there, huh? And I'm getting packed up. This is out in the middle of the Texas desert, Highway 90. This town of Dryden, if it was a town, is dried up, man. I mean, most of the buildings here are abandoned. And although I don't stop at a lot of abandoned buildings these days, they got to be pretty interesting. I'm going to look at this one, which isn't that interesting. But the curiosity of it is, what was it? Look at the old station wagon. We'll look at that in a minute. Now, I think it was some kind of a business, but what kind? See if any of you all can figure it out, okay? Now, we've got this room. But an interesting thing about this room is it has a very large shower in it, and that's all. One room with a shower. So did they sell showers? Maybe, maybe not. Was it living quarters? Okay, now we've got this room, which there's a water heater, has a big hood here. So they might have had a bigger stove right here. Maybe it was a kitchen for like a restaurant. All guesstimates here. But then we got this big room. There's a microwave, a sink. We got a stove. Huh? We got a refrigerator here. Nothing in it. And so what was this room? The place is made out of block. Another refrigerator. I wouldn't doubt that it was a restaurant, maybe. Maybe they were serving food in here, a small mom and pop restaurant, who knows? But we got a desk. Huh. Couch. Mystery room. Could be a bedroom, I guess. Yeah. But I like this bedroom back here, okay? We got us a bathroom here. I don't know what that was. Was it a shower? I don't know. I don't think so. And this is the cool bedroom. I like this one. Off from everything else. Okay. Did they work on things back here? Just a shady spot with a roof? Park? Just to park in your car, maybe? Canning jars, a coffee pot. Huh, that's it. And if there were workers back here, I guess they gave them this. Look at this. Just a bathroom with a toilet. I'm sure it had a toilet in it. Just that. Sink, wash their hands. It's not that interesting of a place. I was just in the mood to stop, and I haven't done an abandoned house or abandoned place for quite a while. And this one's just hard to figure out. Was it a house? Was it a business? What was it? And then we have this. Now, any of you guys old enough to remember the station wagon was the original minivan. I had one like this. It was a gas hog, man. Look at the size of it in there. It had a rumble seat back here. Mine did. Thing was always breaking down. Looks like it's 80s maybe. So what was it? Your guess is as good as mine. Let's hear it. I can't figure it out. What do you think? This is the town of Langtry, Texas, where some of you older guys may remember the movie Judge Roy Bean, the hanging judge. This is his town. I had a big adventure here. I made a video about it before, I told the story. This is where I met Clay and Jim Bob, that whole thing with the mayor's nuts. But I haven't gone into their Roy Bean Museum for a long time, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cruise on in there, but I'm not gonna bore y'all with all that. I'm just gonna go and look at it. But this little town, well, you can call it that. Roy Bean was obsessed with this dance hall girl, Lily Langtry, right? Most of the buildings here are abandoned. When I talked to Clay and Jim Bob about it way back when I met them and stayed right down here for a night with them, somebody castrated the mayor's nuts. Which is a real thing. You can look it up on the net, but I'm not going to tell that story again. But when I asked them how many people lived here, they counted them up. They go, 14. So I'm just stopping for a minute here. Gas, diesel, food, says, but that place is closed. But it's a nice museum in there. Like, looks like it's uptown. I'm gonna go in for a while. They got a post office and the museum. Most of this town is crumbling and in decay. These really old buildings here. I found some interesting stuff in here some time back. I believe that's the house where I met the Mayor's Nuts guys, Clay and Jim Bob, and stayed the night there for a night with them. If I can find that story, I'll leave a link to it. I just told the story once because, I mean, I didn't take any pictures or anything at the time. But it's been a long time ago. That's the only house it could have been because it's the only one on this street here. But let's look at this one. See this place? Let's see what we got. Last time I was in this years ago, I found really old letters. I think they were kind of like love letters or maybe letters to a husband and wife. It's been so long I forgot. But let's just take a look in here. Okay. Been left for quite a while. Okay, now I have a calendar here from 1984. Somebody's been here, you know, since Roy Bean. Here's what's left of the kitchen, huh? Boy, look at that sink. There's an umbrella. Wonder if it still works. Okay. Fan. It's their idea of air conditioning, huh? We've got a closet here full of clothes still. Let's go through this door. Okay. Bedroom, huh? Was the bedroom. Now, the old trunk. Okay, I got a bunch of letters here. This one's from 1964, but that's from some company. Look at these old stamps, 1 cent each. This must have been maybe, or it was a box something like this that I found those letters in. But these don't appear to be... Oh, there's a personal letter. Look at that. Dear Uncle, maybe Danny? Surprised it's me. First of all, I want to say I'm sorry I haven't written or called, but we did get the truck already. Mom went with us and Dad. After we got there, we used it to move in our house. We still haven't gotten quite settled yet, but it will take a while. The truck is real good. We're going to give it a good tune-up and paint and fix all the dents, at least as we can next week. Now that Kenneth is here working, started Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. It's just a letter to this guy. It's a family letter. Look at this. Here's an old checkbook. Check was written for $10 in 1953. Wow. I only found the one personal letter. Might be more in there, but that stuff's pretty moldy and dingy. So, and the checkbook. So I'm obviously not going to filter through it. Seems like last time I was here there was more of them. I have just kind of a vague memory from all the things that have gone on in the years, This bedroom's still intact. It's not a mess. Well, that's it, everybody. I got hung up in the museum. The museum was fun. Excuse me, hiccups. The museum was interesting. It was fun. I stayed in there for a while. It's free too, so that's kind of nice. Something about the highway department pays for it. I don't know. They made it a national landmark, this place. So I'm gonna cruise on back over, see if I can get the mule to fire up, and hit the road. In the back. Established 1820. Been kept up some since then. Doubt it's open. Nope. Looks like it's in use. Looks like a nice little working church at the moment. Glad to see that. That's nice. Yeah. Very cool. The bathroom's out back. Bet you it's just a hole in the ground. Look at this. They got a shower here. Ain't that something? An outdoor shower, huh? Check this out. Gets used too. Check this out, buddies. Wonder if the hot water works. Well, tell you what. Oh, that's for winter. Lets the water out so it doesn't freeze. Got it. Well, guess who can use the shower? I was kind of wondering because I'm heading up to Del Rio. The only place I know to get a shower there is in a river, and it's hard to get to it there. I'm gonna grab one here. I doubt the church folks are gonna mind. I really doubt it. That's what I'm gonna do. That's the first church I've ever seen with a shower out back. But I sure do like the idea. I don't know if the water heater was on, but the water wasn't cold at all. I mean, I stood in it. And it's pretty hot out here anyway, but boy, do I feel better. Thank you. I just stopped here to see if the church was open, abandoned, and then if it was what was open, maybe say a prayer, but the doors are locked. So, but the shower isn't. How nice. With that, I'll be on my way.